that's the story. And I'm 58.
Yeah, I think Carl's going to spank me next time he sees me because I called you Carl. Well, you guys slapped a good signal on me, and I was only half listening. I'm like, oh.
And 3 FES at 40.
And 3 LVG.
KC2HTV.
How's the new render, Rick?
We'll do what now?
How's the new car?
Yeah. The thing's incredible, man. It is a beast, a truly designed, well piece of equipment. I mean, I finally found all the options to shift in it and all that. And
what's up, guys? All right, we're gonna break in here. Program
in, I think it's menu 127. So you program in a race mode. Man, this thing's like a brick with freaking fire under it. It's even got launch control, Brian. I was like, oh yeah. Put the brake on, hit launch control, and then you start applying gas until you get to a power curve, and it says release, and down the road you go.
Yeah, the computer, I mean, the technology of these cars are something else. I was at I was at Pontiac Lake last summer, and my buddy and I went over to the zoo up there in Jamestown, Pennsylvania, and the parking lot had arrows marked on the street in yellow, up, down, directive traffic. But I screwed up and I went down the wrong lane. And as soon as I turned to go in the opposite, the car started beeping and said, you're going into opposing traffic or something like that.
KB2 UKA.
Hello. Yeah, Brian, that's typical. I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to put a whole lot. I'll put the warnings on, but I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it control me. I don't know. It's not going to freaking happen. But yeah, it pissed me off today because I come home and I'm spending a half hour out there trying to get my electric garage door to pair to the freaking car, and I still don't have it. I'm like, what the hell? My Jeeps, man, they paired up real well with it. Boom, boom, boom. This one, not so much.
Yeah, technology is something on these vehicles. UK, go ahead. How you doing today?
Hey, Brian, what's up, man? Sounding good. And Rick, hello. Sounding good. We're doing good. We're going to get some nasty weather tonight. I think it's going to kick in between 3 and 4 a.m. Nothing much, but just a mess. I think an inch of snow and then turn over into sleet and frozen rain. And then all rain by 10. So I'm going to head to the gym at 5:30 a.m. So I should be out of the house before I have to do anything. Over.
Just be careful.
We getting the yuckies here too.
Yeah, the roads are probably not going to be great. My Wrangler will handle it. We were talking about trucks the other day, Rick. I got the Wrangler because I had one before, and let me get one again, and I'm already bored of it. I need a monster like you got.
I've had it for about a week and a half now, and I'm still learning all this crap. I'm looking for, what it actually has for options. And when I read it, it really didn't, do anything to me. And the YouTubes, they're okay. But, I was in the car wash today, and the 20 minutes that was there, I spent learning different controls. And I still got one. I have no idea what the hell it is.
Does that thing have a launch mode?
Absolutely. And you can go into screen 127 and set it up for race mode.
Yeah. Every red light, you should turn on launch mode.
Yeah, the only thing is it's like $500-$600 to pop at them tires when you chew them up.
Oh, I know. We were talking about my wife's truck. Those tires, it's unbelievable. I got a Salt tonight, and I got to park her. She doesn't have winter tires on. So these are still the sport tires, and our driveway's on an incline. So when she backs out of the driveway, she slides right down. So tonight I got to salt the whole driveway, and I got to park her car at the base of the driveway, and so that she doesn't go plowing into the Belgian block.
Yeah, that's like where I hunt at. Yeah, I rolled right out in front of a snowplow one year. Oh, a town truck going through, and I almost died.
What's up, Carter?
It's a little tricky at times living up here. The Mother Nature's
What's up, Game Master CJC?
the first year I've ever seen frozen fog. I've never seen that before in half a century.
KB2UKA, KC1VXV stroke Alpha Golf. I've been on the side and I was talking to Doug and Scott. Thought I'd jump in.
I think that was KC1 VXE. Is that Ed?
No, this is a new fella, Victor X-Ray Victor, stroke Alpha Golf. I've been talking to Scott and to Doug for a while, and I was on the side. Then I heard you jump in. I thought I'd introduce myself. Name is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, in Boston. Kilo Charlie 1, Victor X-Ray Victor, stroke Alpha Golf.
All right, Roger, Matt. Welcome aboard. Name here is Doug, but you got that already. You sounding good into Long Island. I'm 50 miles east of Manhattan on the North Shore of Long Island, about a mile from the Sound. And Matt, I got my live stream on. I don't know if that's what you caught first, but you could find it on X, on YouTube, on TikTok. Just put my call sign in and you'll find the live stream. Over.
Good to know, good to know. And since I'm Kings Park High School class of 78, you don't need to tell me where you're from.
I'm in Fort Salonga, man. My kids go to Kings Park.
Okay, so, I grew up in Fort Salonga because of where the Huntington-Smithtown line is. So yeah.
Oh, that's funny, man. I grew up in Huntington. I'm going to be 45 in June. So I have a 6th grader and a 5th grader. I got married about 15 years ago. We moved to Connecticut. We were there for 4 years. And when we moved back, we ended up in Kings Park. And we were on Old Dock Road for 10 years, right near Main Street. I was 3 houses behind Main Street. And then about a year and a half ago, I wanted more land, a lot of it for this hobby. And we moved into Fort Salonga. Over.
No, very good, very good. Yeah, my mom is still there. We were down for Christmas, as we do most years. Yeah, and I get down a couple of times a year for sure. In fact, my mom doesn't know it yet, but I'm probably putting a tower up in the backyard for when I visit.
I'm off Meadow Glen, and there's I forgot his name. There's another guy. What the hell is the name of the road? So if you're heading towards Kings Park and you make a left on Bread and Cheese, right? So you make a left on Bread and Cheese and you make your first right, and that brings you back over back to Meadow Glen again. There's a guy on a court back there. He's got a tower up. I forgot his name. I've spoken to him a few times.
Hey guys, I'm going to dinner.
Nice.
Talk to you later,
I know
N3LVG.
every twist and turn that you're talking about. When I was a kid, before they turned Bryant's Field, and
All right, Brian, take care.
my friends and I would go and we'd do model rocketry there. We would launch rockets on at Bryant's Field off of Bread and Cheese.
Yep, Roger. Well, yeah, small world, man. Small world. I'm telling you, I was on a small lot, and I've been licensed since I was a kid, but I ran beams in Huntington, and I lived in Huntington right before I got married too. And then, but I was running a vertical from I got back. I took 7 years off when my kids are younger, and then I got back into the hobby in 2020. And I put up a huge vertical with 125 ground radials, and the thing was a monster. I didn't realize how many guys still on Long Island are transmitting. When I moved here, I put a doublet up, and then I was able to hear everybody.
No, very nice. Yeah, I've got a vertical too that I use for 10 through 20. You're hearing me on a random wire right now, Yaesu FT710. Just barefoot 95 watts. The vertical's noisy, but I pull in a lot with it, and it's done very well. And I've got a small piece of property here, so I'm looking to get as vertical as I can with whatever I can. So, and if something goes up too high, the mayor's just going to have to come here and arrest me herself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. All right, well, I don't want to hog it. Rick, why don't you pick it up with Matt for a little bit? Go ahead.
I'm kind of, that's according to West Recipient, I'll give you another half hour there, Rick.
I wonder if we lost Rick temporarily.
Oh, what's up, Matt? We may have. Rick, you still copy? Or too much Long Island talk?
I think we scared the upstater away, Doug.
I think we did. So, Stroke Alpha Golf, that's general, right? You just got your general?
Yep, still waiting for everything to clear through the FCC database, so I'm Stroke Alpha Golfing it. The application looks like it's pending, and that means probably within a day it'll flip. So,
thanks, Matt.
I'm very new ham, always into electronics, listening, a lot of shortwave listening, and never got around to getting the ticket. I retired recently, and wanted to add one more hobby. I mentioned the rocketry. I do high power rocketry now. If you look up high power rocketry, sport rocketry, you'll see what I mean. We fly some big birds, and then I figured, well, let me do a hobby that I can sort of sit down a little bit instead of having to trudge out in the field.
Very cool, man. Yeah, I like my hobbies. I really do. Well, since you're a new general, you'll get a kick out of it. Put my call sign either in X or YouTube. YouTube will keep the video up forever, so you don't have to do it right now. You'll find my channel on YouTube. TikTok, I don't think TikTok keeps the video up. And I believe X does keep the video up. And we got some people in the chat. My friend Matt, November 1, Mike Juliet Foxtrot, he's congratulating you on passing the general. Yeah, man, I got my tech when I was 12. I got my general in my mid-20s. And then I operated till like my late 20s, early 30s. And then we had kids. And like I said, my kids are 11 and 10. I just didn't operate for 7 years, which reminds me, I gotta renew my license. I think it expires in April, so I gotta go in there and do that. But I've been back since 2020. I've been every day, man. I'm so hooked on this hobby, it's not even funny. KB2 UKA.
Yeah, KB2 UKA, KC1VXV Stroke Alpha Golf. I am seeing your mixture right here on the live stream. I think it's a little bit of a lag, but otherwise all good.
All right, cool, man. Yeah. What are you running for a radio? And you're starting to fade on me a little bit. I'm guessing you're probably running 100 watts. What are you running?
That's a good guess. Yeah, 95 watts out of a Yaesu FT710. Again, I'm running this through the random wire antenna. I had to check the coax switch. Yeah, I'm running through the random wire. It's a short random wire. It's like 43 feet. I'm just using the internal tuner to tune it up to this band. We might just be on the band.
All right, cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Look, I don't know how much land you got up there. Look at doublet antennas. That's what I'm running. I'm running an 80-meter doublet, so it's basically a dipole, 125 feet long. It's slightly inverted, so the apex of it's up at about 75 feet. And it's fed with a 600 ohm ladder line, so no coax there. The ladder line comes straight down about 70 feet. And I have an outdoor legal limit remote tuner. So I'm doing all the tuning underneath the antenna outside. And then I run 150 feet of LMR 400 into the house, into the shack. And that's it. We're running an Anon G2 and an RF2KS amplifier doing just about a legal limit right now. Over.
Yeah, copy all that, Doug. That's a nice
Oh, I'm losing him. I'm losing him. I'm losing him, Captain.
Why are you using the higher impedance lateral line? Is that just because the length of the antenna, or because you've got 75 feet worth to feed it with? A lot of times I see doublets made out of the 450 lateral line. Back to you.
Well, 600 ohm in my experience is less susceptible to rain, snow, weather, so the SWR stays more stable. But the high impedance, it allows me to tune this thing from 80 to 10 meters and still keep it extremely efficient, probably like 96, 97% efficient. And it's just unbelievable. It works better than some beams that I've had. Alrighty, Matt, I am going to say 73 to you. You're starting to fade on me, so I'm going to lose you soon. I'm not going to be able to hear you. But welcome to HF. And you could always look me up on QRZ, shoot me an email. Looking forward to hearing you on Legal Limit. Life's too short. Get a big amplifier. Start banging out some power. It's a lot more fun. Kilo Charlie 1, Victor X-Ray, Victor, Stroke Alpha Golf from KB2 UKA 73.
All right, KB2 UKA, KC1 VXV, Stroke Alpha Golf, KB2 as well. Doug, nice to meet another fellow King Parker.
All good, man. And the broadcast station, which is on 225, she's tuning up, so she's going to take you out. All right, 73. Let's see, what time is it? 5 o'clock? I'm going to QSY a little bit to 80 meters. Sometimes some guys get on there early. We'll see. Take care, Matt. KB2 UKA, QSY.
2 UKA and 2 WH.
And 3 FDS.
I kind of doubled you. Was that N2WH? You're booming in. Go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Doug. It's Bill. What are those two chuckleheads doing in Orlando? That is the question.
Oh, my God. You see my comment?
Yeah, I did. I was I knew he was going down. Were they going for Hamcation or something?
Yeah, and what's weird, I started to see, like, probably in the last 48 hours, some things pop up on YouTube about Hamcation. I didn't even realize it was now, or it's this weekend, whatever. I might have flown down there. I had no idea.
You didn't find it weird that, Dave brought his wife for and Frank?
Well, you never know. But also, I haven't heard Frank on the radio in months.
Well, that's my comment. I was like, he won't get on the air, but he'll go down to Orlando and hang with Dave.
Well, they're going to go to Margarita Grill in Kissimmee, probably. They're going to push each other down the water slides while holding a margarita. They're going to slap each other around. They're going to have a good time.
I bet you Dave can't wait to lather Frank up with lotion.
Oh, he's going to grease him up like a pig, I'm sure.
Slippery. Where is Hamcation is in Orlando. For some reason, I thought Hamcation was up in North Florida. Well, I guess I'll have a good time.
Yeah, they're gonna have a great time. Hold on, I was just reading a comment in the chat. Yeah, Matt, I do know how to get it to display. I don't have it displaying right now. Someone's asking if I knew how to display output power from the amp in Thetis, and there is a way to do that with the RF2K. Bill, you're sounding quite robust and marvelous.
Yeah, still fighting off this cold. Thank you, though. I heard. I think I heard you last night. You said you simplified the audio chain.
Oh, it's so simplified for now. Anyway, it's the Soundcraft, but there's nothing else. And all I'm doing, I have a EQ, noise gate, 3 dB of compression, and then that's all on the mic channel in the Soundcraft. And then I have reverb sidechained. And then on the output, before it goes over into Thetis, I do a touch-up EQ on the output, and I apply broadband compression again, like now 4 dB. So very little compression, nothing like I used to run.
I think I liked it better when you had, you were planning on putting 20 pieces of audio gear in line.
Oh, you like that better? Well, I ordered the Behringer rack wing, or wing rack, which is just like this Soundcraft, except it's got 80 internal plugins. But it's all self-contained. The issue is that thing's not going to be here till June. It's so back-ordered. I think they released it 3 months ago, and they didn't expect as many people to buy it, and now they're making more of them.
Is that like the X Air?
It's the new X Air, basically, yeah. So the X Air, which I've had also, I buy a lot of this crap, and then I sell it, and I try something new. The X Air, you can only put 4 plugins on a channel, and that's, you know, this thing's got big, but the rack's got a big bottom, exciters, different lexicon plugins, all different EQs. It's and Midas preamps. I'm excited. It should be good.
Cool. Sounds like an interesting piece of equipment. Yeah, Behringer has kind of a, it's good, but some people bash it. I mean, I've had Behringer equipment for the past, it's got to be 25 years, and I still have a piece from the late 90s that I use in my audio rack out for pro audio, and it's still working to this day. So, I think it's fine stuff for what we're doing here.
Oh, absolutely. I still have all the Bellari stuff and all the rack gear. So, and the Aphex. So I might try to integrate it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go, what I like about the digital stuff is the ability to change things quickly. So maybe I could use the preamp and like this RP533, which is a Studio Tube mic processor. It's basically a compressor with a big bottom and exciter all built in. Maybe I could like go into the preamp, that, and then into the Behringer, get a little like tube tonality out of it. Because this stuff is set it and forget it. Once you set the mic pre and the processor, you don't have to adjust that, even if you're switching profiles.
Oh, we got a tuner upper. See, I'm not a big fan, because I went down the DAW route, and I wasn't a big fan of it because, you were at the mercy of the PC. When you're using like a component like an X Air or something that manages the plugins internally, you don't always have to have that dedicated process running. It's handled by the off-board gear. So I think that's a better bet than running software on the PC.
Yeah, and I did the DAW thing. This I was doing it again a few months ago. That was like my second or third time really putting attention into it. And I've come to the conclusion that by the time it goes through all those plugins, it adds like this blanket over the audio. And that's why I'm liking this very simplistic setup right now. It's got a nice low end, it's crisp, it's loud, and it's clean.
Oh, is that shortwave station that fires up right in our passband? I think that's what that is. Yeah, no, it definitely sounds good, Doug. It sounds fantastic, actually.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm going to make sure I mess it up when the new gear comes in the spring. You want a QSY to 80? Because I was going to do that anyway. I think they're about to fire off here.
All right, yeah, we QSY and DWH 80 meters.
All right, 54, KB2, UKA, QSY.
Into WH.
Alrighty, KB2, UKA, you're just as loud.
Excellent. It's just the way I like to hear it.
All right, well, it's 5 o'clock. There's usually a few stragglers here. Rick, Mike, I'm sure somebody's listening.
Oh, Rick's got to pull his toys out of the potting shed.
Well, I guess when he goes in there to water.
With his Martha Stewart magazines.
We're getting a nice wintry mix tonight. You're probably gonna get it too.
Oh yeah, they've already canceled half of schools. Businesses are opening half days. So it is winter time, so we're there. We'll expect it. So I'm pretty sure I know what you do for a living. How are the markets doing over the past couple of weeks? No jitters or anything like that?
The only day that there was, like, if you want to even call it a sell-off, the media blows everything up. I think the Dow was down 1%. Was Monday. Today, everything was up. Dow was up 70 basis points, NASDAQ up 20 basis points, and S&P up 40 basis points. They panicked a little bit on Monday when they thought there were going to be tariffs, but no, it's still going, man. It just keeps going up and up and up and up. No matter if you think it's going to have a correction, and then boom, it goes up another 5%.
They've been talking about a correction for the past 2 years. But, it's great. Let's ride this as long as we can.
Yeah, so he wants Powell to drop rates. But if they keep cutting all the government workers, which I think is friggin' awesome, most of the jobs since COVID have been in the government sector. So if you get some unemployment in the government sector, that'll affect the unemployment number as a whole, which is a good thing if you're looking for rates to drop. And unemployment's, hasn't been weak, hasn't been strong at all. This will make unemployment a little stronger, which in turn actually will help the economy come out of a high rate environment.
And it'll help reduce all of that deficit that we've been looking at for so many years.
Oh God, all the spending. It's unbelievable. And that's why they stopped cutting rates, because all the data is still saying things are still inflationary. Jobs are good, that's inflationary. CPI is coming in hot, that's inflationary. I think the last one was right on par. But look, stocks go up, stocks go down. Over the long term, they go up.
Yeah, anything that I've invested in is always long term. It's towards my retirement. So I think that I think I'm going to do pretty damn well by the time I'm ready to retire. So he can do whatever he wants. I mean, people love the fact that he's just going to just cut all that waste. I think that's exactly what we need to see. And man, he ain't waiting at all. He is like a freaking bull in the china shop. And do WH.
KB2 UKA. Well, I hear there's another big Doge / Trump cut coming, and my money's on IRS, on those 90,000, 80,000 that Biden hired a couple of years ago.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see. I wonder when they'll pull that trigger. I can't see them doing that before mid-April, right? That'd be suicide.
Well, before 2 years ago, the head count was 90,000 less. And they weren't even hired to do regular tax returns. They were hired to look at you, me, and everybody else and find out if we're not reporting, the $2,000 we might have made selling a used radio on eBay. Okay, that's what they were hired for. And he's already alluded that he might, and they were hired to, and they carry guns too. He said, so since they're carrying guns, why don't we send them down to the border? So I think that's going to be his first IRS dismantling, because I think they have other stuff in mind too for the IRS. But if he gets rid of the 90,000 that they just hired 2 years ago, I think that's a good start.
Yeah, but don't you think they'll spin it at that point, even though those hires didn't directly affect the processing of taxes and returns? But don't you think that they'll try to spin it and they'll say, we're going to delay returns? And,
yeah, I do.
And this is
I do think
cause
that
us all sorts of issues. I can see that happening.
Oh, I agree with you. I do think that. He gets rid of the 80,000 new agents. Everyone files their taxes on April 15th. And then 2 weeks later, they sabotage him. And they say, we can't send the tax returns back. They're going to be delayed till Christmas. And then he'll have to go. But if he has his people in there, they could stop that. So, it could go either way.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That they are going to try to nail him at any way they can. Just like that freaking chucklehead Schumer over there. That's your boy.
Oh God. They're just embarrassing being on what they've been doing on TV. Did you see Elizabeth Warren looking like she was about to have a stroke?
I mean, she really could have been.
Oh, they're bugging out because he's stopping the flow of the money.
To countries that don't even deserve it.
Oh, man. I got a busy weekend. My kids have a lot of stuff to do. So we're getting a storm tonight. And I think they said Saturday and Sunday also, possibly.
Well, just think of this. A couple of weeks ago, you were sunning yourself in the beautiful Caribbean. You'd want a little winter weather.
A little bit, yeah. I'm going to the Bahamas now in April. April can't get here soon enough, Bill.
That is nice. I do like you going. Where are you going? Nassau?
I'm going to Atlantis, which is what? That's not on Nassau, I don't think. Or is it?
Oh, that's on Nassau.
I've never been to the Bahamas. I go where my wife says we're going. I'm going to wake up that morning. The damn flight's at 8:30 in the morning. We got to get up at like 3:30. And I'm going to sit on an airplane, close my eyes, wake up, and be in 90-degree weather.
That is beautiful. But the one thing we did was we took a jumper from Lauderdale over. And I don't think that the missus will ever do that again.
We got a direct flight. But I would have done that. We were almost going to do a cruise, which I wanted to do. And it would have probably been cheaper. Atlantis is, man. The one thing I think I'm not going to like, Bill, when I go to the Caribbean, I like to be in a T-shirt and shorts or a bathing suit the entire trip. It looks like some of these restaurants are kind of hoity-toity, and I'm going to have to, like, put a golf shirt on and maybe slacks.
Yeah, there are some, but I'm going back 22 years, so that was the last time I was there. But yeah, there were some places. Make sure you bring your GoPro, and when you shoot down that huge-ass water slide, make sure you got your GoPro going.
Should I live stream it on YouTube?
Absolutely. And you know what? Bring a microphone, too, just for the fun of it.
Maybe I should bring a radio.
You could run remote. You could get a Flex by the time you go on that trip. You could run remote from Atlantis.
I can remote the G2. I figured it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I know how to do it. I got to use software called Parsec, which is used in the gaming community. It's like almost no lag on the desktop, on the remote desktop. And then you use a voice over IP software like TeamSpeak, and boom, I can get right into this mixer. I can have the same audio sitting on a beach.
And then you could, I don't know what the country code is down there. You could do a stroke. Hey, you know what? You could be a DXpedition, and we can all work you. And Dave can rack up some more fake points.
Yeah, but the problem is my antenna's on Long Island.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah, I just won't tell him. I'll tell him I'm operating. Well, that's weird, Doug. You're 30 over into New Jersey. Yep, it's great conditions down here in the Bahamas.
It's like a freaking pipeline.
Could you imagine my wife if I'm like, honey, actually we have to bring one extra suitcase because it's going to have a buddy pole in it and an FT950.
Well, I mean, she knows what you do for your hobby. It shouldn't come as all that of a surprise.
It really shouldn't. I think we're on the 5th floor with the balcony, so I could just hang a wire out the off the balcony.
make a great counterpoise.
Or you just set up a buddy poll. I've always wanted to get one of those. I'll set up a dipole. I think I'm on the north side of the building. I'll just point it up north.
I actually have the original buddy pole, and it works really well.
I've heard really good things about them, and I know now they have all different attachments, different coils. You can make it a vertical. You can do a lot with it.
Yeah, that stuff didn't even that wasn't even out when I bought mine. It was just the basic, it had a couple arms, a couple coils, and some telescoping whips.
Somebody on the live stream just wrote, going back to what we were talking about, and I read this today. Since they shut down USAID, Politico missed their payroll. They couldn't pay anybody. I think it was yesterday or today. It's the first time in history, which means all of Politico's money was coming from USAID. And Politico is supposed to be a non-biased journalists, but they're getting money from USAID. So then the Biden administration calls up Politico and says, do a hit piece on Donald Trump. The corruption is so deep.
You're going to see this. This is going to be the mantra out there. I mean, you're going to see all these different groups and just bloop, and they're just going to start dropping like flies. It's like you kick that rock and you see what scurries out.
Yeah, the well is drying up, Bill. It's drying up, and we're going to see what's at the bottom of it.
It's about time. They've been talking years about draining the swamp. Here you go. Somebody just pulled the plug.
All right, man. I'm going to run upstairs for a little bit. It's really good talking to you, and I'll be back down here in a little while, probably like 6 o'clock. Grab a bite to eat. So N2WH, KB2, UKA, 73.
I just popped up onto your YouTube channel, and there's Steve posting. Why is Steve posting on your live stream and not joining the live stream?
Wait, because I'm using this software called Restream. It lets me stream to like YouTube, X, TikTok, Twitch. I'm on like 4 or 5 platforms right now, and it gives me the chat. But I'm not seeing him. Is he on YouTube?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking who's KG2MM?
Oh, that's Mike. Mike down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Green Mountain. He's GMM. All right, I had that wrong there. I'm like, Steve's on your thing because I haven't heard Steve out there in a while. Is he still around?
Yeah. He's been doing a lot of AM. I don't think he's been on sideband in a while. At least not on the live stream. But KG2MM is Mike in Jacksonville. And then Steve is K1GMM.
That's right. I remember the GMM, Green Mountain Maniac. Alrighty, Doug, it was good talking to you. Maybe we'll catch you out there a little later on when everybody comes back around. 7-3. Sounding good as always.
All right, thanks so much, Bill. KB2, UKA, clear for a little bit. Take care. Holy crap, guys. We're on TikTok, we're on X, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, though no one watches us on Twitch. We've got, it's telling me all these people. I've got like 25,000 followers on TikTok. I know none of them. Very few followers do I know. But let's see. Total viewers. We got 145 viewers on TikTok. If you're watching this on TikTok right now, type something in the chat. Send an emoji. Do something. I want to see if you're actually real or if you're a Chinese bot. Be an Indian bot too. So let's see. What do we got? If you're on TikTok and you're watching this live, interact with me a little bit here. Jamie, KQ4 GD Bravo. Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Delta Bravo. Welcome aboard, bro. There's a bunch of guys in the chat on YouTube. But cool, man. Cool. I'm trying to get used to this TikTok thing. I've had the channel a while. I don't really go live that often. Yes. I might start an OnlyFans also. I'm going to, I'll show you all my my microphones on OnlyFans. So, TikTok chat comes up in its own chat window on TikTok. And then on the restream, I've got, let's see, I've got YouTube chat. I think X will come up also. Let's see. Go to X. Testing. All right, YouTube stream chat people. Did you see me type testing in YouTube? Because if you did, then it's cross-platform. In the YouTube chat, did you see me type the word testing? Probably not. What's up, Militia Radio? Where are you located, Militia? What's your QTH? Yeah, we're not getting too much, Nick. We're going to get a dusting to an inch, but it's going to be all ice and slush. All right. What's your first name? Oh, you don't have to say it here if you don't want to. On X, I get it. But yeah, easily 17 meters. I could work you from Colorado, and Texas is easy. We could work even 40 meters on from Texas. Station here is an Apache Labs Anon G2, RF2KS amplifier. I'm usually always running legal limit. And the antenna is an 80-meter doublet up at about 75 feet, fed with 600 ohm ladder line. Okay, I'll get my... oh, you're not a ham. Interesting. Well, you got me by 5 years. I'll be 45 this June. Yeah, get the license, man. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing it since I was a kid, but this last 5 years has been the most active that I've ever been. Yeah, tomorrow, Nick, is going to be a dusting. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here for a little bit. I'll be back on later. I might stream again. I might not. But thank you all for joining. Stay patriotic out there. God, I almost said stay safe. What am I, a lib? God. Well, stay safe from libs. But you guys have a great night. Take care. I'm going to shut it